welcome to this session. We have two dietitians and one fitness trainer. So, before we start, let me just give you a brief about Udan. Udan is a platform which tries to bring in people every time to share their experiences and expertise. It's trying to build a community where people can approach for different topics, different ideologies, and learn something new. And in a way, we all can uplift the society. So that's about Udan. Coming to today's topic, we have Manshi Paricha, who is a registered dietitian. She regularly posts her tips on Instagram, and those are really wonderful. She is a frequent workout, and she does marathon as well. And at the same time, her articles have been featured in Femina magazine, which is very commendable. And we are happy to have you. Coming
Thank
to
you.
Mahesh Shelat, uh, he's a self-trained fitness trainer. Uh, he did his engineering in production engineering, and while he was doing his engineering, he decided that it's better to engineer your body rather than doing anything else. So he's a celebrity trainer. He has trained Nikitan there, who was acting Chennai Express, popularly known as Thangabali. And Mahesh, thank you, and thank you for joining us. At the same
Hey,
time,
thank you
Mahesh
for
is
having me.
a passionate bike rider, if I'm not wrong. So,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
coming to Dhruvi Shah, she did her master's in clinical nutrition post her bachelor's. She loves giving tips on what to eat, how to eat. She customizes your diet plan, and she gives a lifestyle change, completely holistic approach to your diet and needs. So thank you all for joining in, and I don't want to waste much time. Uh, let's jump straight into the talk. But before that, I'm showing you their Instagram ID. Do scan their QR code so that you can talk to them, consult, ask their questions, and they are always happy to help you. I'll pause here for half a minute so that you can follow these guys. So, okay, the format will be, first of all, I would want each speaker to maybe introduce themselves, introduce about the topic, what they feel. So, for maybe 5, 7 minutes, whatever you want. So, let's start with Mansi, then we move to Mahesh, and then we move to Dhruvi. So, the platform is all yours. Uh, yeah, guys.
Thank you, Parth, for wonderful introduction. So basically, I'm a registered dietitian, and we bring well-being to you. So I would like to present my presentation and then give you insight what we exactly we do. So I will just share my screen right now. Okay. So my qualification is registered dietitian. I'm nationally recognized. My post graduation is in clinical nutrition, and my experience is for 10 years. And my forte is gut health, weight management, metabolic syndrome. So these are my like forte. What exact? This is my clinic picture. This is the weighing scale. We do intense recognition of your body fat percentage, weight, like muscle mass, total body water. On basis of that parameter, assessments are done, and that's how we begin your process of weight management or the health issues what you have. If you have visceral fat, so on basis of that recognition, we give you the diets. So how we go about it? You book an appointment. We understand your client goal. We do the assessment. We do the assessments like body measurements, your questionnaire, lifestyle, food habit, blood reports are reviewed. On basis of a goal and assessments, we give you how many consultation you require. We create a balanced diet, exercise suggestions we can do, what you like. On basis of that, weekly basis follow-ups are there, and you achieve your goals and you celebrate new you. So it's very sustainable and something which you can follow all your life. So it's nothing which we impose, something which you can follow all your life is what is been presented to you. So we can help you to fight cancer, PCOS, thyroid. These are the health issues which we cater to. And trust me, food has a power, and it can help you to overcome these health issues also. So as we begin, I will share the few client stories also. So it said like you only live once, right? So you are self free from the when you have a health issues, there's a lot of pressure. You constantly think, you feel very depressed in that case. So you have to feel free from mentally, physically, and there is not much of financial stress also, because our prices are not very expensive, so you can afford our services also. Our diets are very tailor made, so otherwise if it was not personalized diet chart, there are immense number of diets which are there on Google. People would have achieved their goals through that also. But expertise comes when like you are identifying the client goals and achieving that. So those are the health issues we can cater to. So these are the client, the kit we give, like a constant recipes we give them, or a ethnicity. To today someone is Maharashtrian, so we give the food which is catered to their ethnicity. We give the restaurant options, or festival like Navratri, Paryushan, Ekadashi diets we give them. Diwali is there, New Year is there, and they want to know what they can eat during this feast also. And holiday guidelines, they are traveling, so if they want to drink also, which other drinks are good for them, or what quantity. So these are the few suggestions we give them. We conduct few sessions also in schools. This is like a Hill Spring school, or we have conducted workshops in the offices, and this is like a clinic. So we cater to different health issue. I mean to say different topics we take cater to and give them suggestions on that. Unhealthy diets now kill more people than tobacco and high blood. This is what is the study says, that unhealthy diets can give you more health issues than anything else. So the common myths regards to food, like expectation, like eating salads and just walking can give you weight loss. But realistically, it's a combination of adding carb, protein, fiber, and a weight training help you to lose weight. So it's nothing like a one approach. It's like a combination of everything. Then another confusion is like I talked about balanced diet. Having a balance would be like having two desserts in your hand, right? But idea is to have the all the nutrients composed of a carbohydrate, proteins, fats, vitamins, mineral, and that's create a good healthy body also from inside. So common myth again, like with regards to food, like we expect kids to be karate kid and strong, and like to be strong and healthy, right? So what happens in India, like especially we tend to, if our kid is very thin or something, we tend to make him feed a lot of food. In that regards, they tend to eat a lot, and that's what it happens like a karate kid does, and the uh, like a karate kid. It said like a khate pite khandan ka bacha hai ye. So ultimately, it comes like that. So why you choose us? Because we don't give any crash diet, no starving, flexible meal plans, customer as per your individual routine also, and checkups are been done on a weekly basis. And yeah, so all the checkups are done by me, so that way you are monitored also in a good hands. So these are the few case studies I would like to present. He is Mr. Jitin Doshi. He's uh, owner of a gem tour and travels. He started his weight with 98 kgs, and in 8 months he lost about 18 kgs. So and triglycerides are what 270 milligram, now is 170. So triglyceride like give you more chance of the heart attacks also. So this was the main reason of to start with. And diet, again I said, like a diet has a power, food has a power, nutrients has a power, so that helped him to control his triglyceride. His blood pressure was high, that helped him to reduce his blood pressure. Waist circumference was very high, you can see his waist circumference has drastically changed. Similarly, like a geriatric, all the oldies which they think like with the age we cannot do something, or older people have their own set of routine and it's impossible to change them. But no, because they can also change, and this is what the 70 years old Shailesha has shown us, and changed his quality of life has improved thoroughly. So every people come with some or the health issues, is not a, they from outside they feel they only need the weight management, but when we do intense assessment, they need more of the health parameters also to be controlled on. So you can read about his changes what he has seen. Like we do the pediatric nutrition also. So she is like she wanted to be in karate competition, and it is under 50 kgs she wanted to be there. So as you know, today's kids are very foodie, and there are a lot of exposure to a lot of junk and all those things. But in 6 weeks we have achieved 5 kgs, and her stamina scaled up. Everything was improvised in that case. It's me myself, like in 2014 when I did my 21 kilometer, my score was 3 hours 10 minutes, but I was dehydrated, fatigued, never cared about what exactly. I was very immature about it. In 2017 again I did, my score was much better. It was 2 hours 22 minutes, and following hydration guidelines, following better nutrition, and my speed was much better in that case. So yeah, so we share like a good interesting recipes also with our clients. It's not typical very boring khana. Otherwise that is the one reason people wants to leave their like regime also. We write the blogs also, we make you understand what is right food. So these are the few why chia seeds are important, how to manage during the traveling, what are the key ways to control your cholesterol. So these are the few things we have been doing. We have been right, yeah, as Path mentioned in beginning, these are the few articles which we have given in our magazines and newspapers. Our clientels are all over the globe, and during the pandemic we are doing online consultation, and happens via email, video call, or a phone call, and they are successful in achieving their goals as well. So yeah, this is what they mentioned about, so you can read about it.
Thanks, Mansi. That's a wonderful presentation and very insightful.
Yeah.
Uh, so, Mahesh, all yours. What do you have to say?
Hi, Pa. Thank you for having me. So,
Sure.
in today's topic, it's going to be a lot of tie-ins from all three of us because neither fitness nor nutrition can function exclusively. So,
Yeah.
both of them will have inclusions from either one of us. But it's a constructive debate, and we all can take something that we can learn from and apply it into our day-to-day lives. Now, in times like these, when these unprecedented times, nobody expected what is happening right now. It was not anticipated by anyone. And if something that has come out very obviously is the importance of fitness and how important is it to have a healthy lifestyle, not just physically, but also mentally. Because in times like these, you have to combat mental stress, physical stress, because people don't have jobs, so that accounts for a lot of stress in their lives also. So everything is a part of holistic fitness is what I cater to as a trainer or as a coach. It's not just the hour that I give to my client inside the gym that I make them train. That just takes care of the physical part, but the other 24 hours, 23 hours that the client is away from me is when actually I am in the picture all the time, taking continuous follow up throughout the day, making sure that they do not wobble from their plan. And basically, in short, if something in a line, if I have to tell you what I make my clients do is I make them look the way they want to look, provided they just give me their efforts and nothing else. And it's always sustainable because that's what we are here for. It's not seasonal. Fitness is not seasonal, as everybody knows. It's a lifestyle. So we program the entire client regimen based on his or her particular goals, which is tailored exactly around his or her lifestyle. That is why even if it's a simple weight training program for everyone, it has so many different things from client to client. And that's exactly where a coach comes useful, because if you're accountable to somebody, then that makes the world of a difference in your lifestyle. So I won't take much time of yours because you guys might have questions that you want to throw upon us. So yeah, that's about me and what I do.
Uh, Thanks, Mahesh. And that was really nice what you said, that you make people look the way you want. And yeah, that's what gym people do join gym for it. Coming to Dhruvi, uh, 5 minutes. What do you want to talk about this topic? Like, what does this
Yes,
topic
I'd
means
like
to
I'd like to screen share.
you? Sure.
I think Mahesh and Nancy have spoken about almost everything, so I need not go in. So I'll just talk about myself. So I've started this page, Swastiam. It's based on a holistic approach and to make the life healthier. And it's going to be a lifestyle changes. And I've done my master's. I am a dietitian, and I have an experience of 2 years in this field. So the I want to stop following diet. So you might be confused, why does a dietitian is saying that stop following diet? So actually, what you need is a lifestyle change rather than just following a diet. Starving yourself or being on a low calorie diet does not actually help. Your body needs nutrients and not calories. So even like I go, as Mansi said, we just take, if there's a client, we just, all the parameters are being checked, and then there's a daily follow up, the diet is given, and it's changed in every 15 days. It's almost the same. And so I'd like to share this one thing, that we're going through a lot of things right now, and I'd like to tell all the COVID positive patients, feel free to reach out to me. I'll share a diet plan with minimal charges, which can help you cure. And one diet plan would be like free, no charges, because there are a lot of people who are not able to afford things and all of this. So don't hesitate, just contact me. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dhruvi. I'll start shooting the questions, but before that, maybe the voice from your end is not very audible. You would want to check on the audio, and I'll shoot the
Okay.
question, and we'll start with Mansi. So, coming to the diet part, uh, and talking about the first step to dieting, there's always a confusion when a person starts. There's GM diet, there's Dikshit diet, something new comes up,
Yeah.
there's keto diet. Then there are few people who just go on starvation long duration. So where to start and what's the right approach, Mansi? And then Dhruvi, you can throw in your inputs.
Sure, Path. That's a very insightful. I think someone mic is on, like that's why there's a. Okay, cool. So the idea is not to starve. Basically, all these diets which are there on the Google, or maybe people, one person, if their experience is not necessary, it's same for everyone. So all fingers are different. So every individual is different. So don't go by the plethora of the information what is there on the website or internet. Use what suits you. And there are 7 nutrients which we as a student also studied about: the carbohydrate, proteins, fat, like a food pyramid, if you remember what we studied in the science. So it mentions like there is the nutrients which has to be gone in your body. If you go only on the no fat, only fat diet, or only proteins, or only carbohydrate, so these are the food. There is no synchronization on the any of the pyramid what we say. So it is like it's not making sense of achieving your body requirements and goal also. So you might be happy for the temporary period, but it's affecting your body or trying to give you happiness by just leaching some nutrients. For example, I need a calcium from my body, but if I'm not giving through the dietary sources, it will leach from my bones. So it will, body is very smart to somewhere down the line give you the benefits. So in short, your answer, like don't follow something which is like entire universe is following. Follow something which suits you. And to understand that, for please consult a nutritionist, or read or understand what is the science behind it, why you are doing it, is it practical, or it's something a fad for you. So on that basis you can make a decision what is good for you.
Thanks, Mansi. Dhruvi, do you want to throw your insights on this?
Can you come again? I'm so sorry.
Do you want to throw your insights on this question? Which diet to follow, and is starvation good or no?
Yeah, what you said is basically correct. You need not follow some crash diet wherein you are just starving yourself, and that does not give you all the nutrients that are required by the body, and it causes more harm. You might get like a temporary weight loss, but then again it starts shooting up. So there was this client that I had. She had a lot of hormonal problems, and due to which her weight was really high. It was in hundreds. She had already done bariatric surgery and a lot of other diets and everything. But then when she came to me, I gave her a diet which was complete in nutrition, and she did not gain weight. She did not like lose weight a lot because of certain hormonal problems, but she definitely did not gain her weight.
Uh, Thanks, Ruby. Mahesh, similarly coming to you, the first step about fitness. Nowadays there are like so many options. You either go gymming, there's this functional training, kickboxing, even taekwondo
Correct.
has come in. People are confused to take up Zumba, just go for cardio. What's the first step you would recommend, and which is the right approach?
Okay, so that's a very nice question, and people probably always end up making the wrong choice. And I was one of them also at a point in time, because since childhood I have done practically everything that one can think of. I have done athletics. I have played hockey for the state for 7 years. I have done my first degree black belt in karate. So, and then I eventually went into bodybuilding. So, all I have been a part of all of this. And it's very important, if one thing that will determine your success in fitness is adherence. Adherence is your ability to stick to a particular plan without going in and out of it. So it becomes very important if you are a beginner to find out something that you like, because a program is only as good as your ability to stick to it. So if you do not enjoy something, you 100% will not do it to the T. So initially, always freeze on something that interests you, which has a certain degree of physical activity involved. That can be anything, that can be just taking a walk or going for a badminton match or going for a few laps of swimming and anything. It might not be guided right from the start, but just to get you on the pedestal, it is very important to find out what you like. And once you have spent sufficient time in that particular activity, then you know that you are good to probably take the next step. Then there will be something which will be coming in picture, which will be totally based on your goals. So once you know that you are good to spend these many hours in a day for a particular activity, and now you're ready for a more programmed and a more regimented approach, that's when things will have to be divided according to your goals. So for the start, if you're just starting out, pick up anything, probably do it for 6 months. And if you fail in being consistent, then that's not the thing you like. You need to find out other options. And as far as optimality is concerned, something which incorporates all the aspects of fitness, which is muscular endurance, your cardiovascular endurance, your strength, your power, flexibility, something that addresses everything is always the key.
Well, so it's like initially you need to experiment, and then you will
Always, always.
automatically come
You
to know
need to
what's
you
your
need to
calling.
find your groove.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So just dive into the pool and decide what stroke you want to swim with. Uh,
correct.
I'll take up my next question. People do talk a lot about weight loss, but there was this interesting thing with Mansi pointed out in her presentation was weight gain. Okay, there's this very skinny kid in school and he wants to gain weight. So I personally relate to that because I was extremely skinny in my school days and I had to work hard a lot. And I used to get all sort of tips like eat this, eat that, do
Yeah,
this, do that.
yeah.
So, Mansi, Mahesh, one by one, Mansi, you can throw your dieting side, Mahesh, you can throw your pumping side. How to gain weight easily?
Yeah, exactly. It's very difficult to gain weight than losing weight. I can assure you that. And when it's about gaining weight, people think you can eat everything and anything. But point is your metabolism is on a higher side. That's why you are losing your weight or maybe not adding up the weight. So here was not about the adding processed food like a cheese, butter, or like a chips. You would have eaten something which is helping you to caloric dense foods like maybe paneer is there or maybe bananas, or you can go ahead with something which is adding up the good calories and depositing in your wrong areas and giving you like you must be gaining weight, but now you are adding up in the wrong areas, that's in your waist, or you must adding up on your hips. So there is somewhere down the line you are affecting your harmony also in your synchronization of your body composition as well. So I would suggest do not jump to the conclusion like only the very like a perfect physique wala person is very fit. Apparently it's not about the how you look, but if you're feeling strong from within, then it's not making sense to add up like it's okay to be skinny also, but you have to be strong. so you can able to your immunity be strong, or you can fight against any health issues, you're not falling sick, then it's okay, go gradual way, do not jump to the conclusion. So it's combination of like a caloric dense food and a weight training helps you to gain weight. So that's my final answer for that. But do not be in hurry, like it's very looking pathetic to be very thin or something. It's nothing like that. If you're fighting the immunity, you're strong from within. So because even the pediatrician send like all the mothers in generally like 1 to 5 years, my kid is very thin, like I'm giving him everything but yet he's not gaining weight. That is common question. But in that regards, they tend to give them a lot of sweet food, and when you add a lot of sweet based food, you tend to drop your immunity in that case. So I would suggest go with a good proteins in your each diet, but do not add a lot of sweet based or a sugar based food in that case. Yeah.
Thanks, Mansi. Mahesh, how to
Hi.
become
So it's
healthy?
pretty simple. It's all about mathematics in this case. If you are not gaining weight and if you're not happy with the way you look, then you need to make a change. And the change is very simple. If you're not gaining weight, means you are under eating. Means basically there is a set calorie that your body needs, and you are not meeting that requirement. So that's where somebody has to design a plan for you where you are eating a little in surplus of what you eat. So it's a reserve. Suppose you need X amount of calories to maintain your weight. So you eat X plus 2. Those additional 2 calories are something that's going to help you gain weight.
Hey, Mahesh, you went on mute. Okay. So
Can you
we
hear me
lost
now?
you at additional X calories. Can you go again?
Yeah. So those additional calories that you eat above your maintenance, you'll have somebody that needs to do the calculations for you. That is going to help you put on weight. Now, weight is a very broad term. It does not actually signify a lot of important things. So we don't want to put on fat. We don't want to get fat. We want to put on good amount of weight, and probably we want to put on muscle because muscle is what helps us function optimally. So obviously the nutrition has to be full with nutrient dense food. You can have your cakes and pastries, but that has to be a very calculated amount. If something helps you stick to a diet, do not just exclude it. There is no principle of exclusivity that works here. You have to find what works for you and probably talk it out with the nutritionist that you're consulting, and then together develop a plan along with uh, always a weight training plan, because strength training will help you put on muscle and will help you put the food that you eat to proper use and recovery. That's how you grow.
So it's always again one size fits none. You just have to figure out what suits best for you. Dhruvi,
Always.
coming to you, there's this thing that good diet, healthy food helps you get better skin, better sleep. How is food related to all of it? Can you throw some insight?
Okay, so I'd like to start with a quote that what you eat is what you become. So, food that you eat can either be a powerful form of medicine or it can be the slowest form of a poison. So, selecting correct food is very important. So, if you want to make like a lifestyle change, so you need not change, you need not make huge changes to eat healthier, but you can just set small goals for yourself and do it a little bit at a time. Okay, so a few changes that can be are including fruits in your diet. So I've come across a lot of people who do not have fruit in their diet, so that is very wrong. So include fruits in your diet. It can be for a snack or a mid meal or something. Then also include all your green vegetables. Very important. It has a lot of fiber, and a lot of people complain about constipation, so that is going to help. One more change that can be is do not skip your meals, your breakfast, lunch, dinner, your mid meals, everything. Okay, and you can switch to a healthier snack instead of packet food. Like it can be a handful of chanas or makhanas or nuts, simple nuts and seeds, something like that. And one important thing is reduce your sugar intake. That includes all soda, soft drinks, etc., and your oil intake, because these two are the most harmful to a body. So people usually call sugar as a low poison, and it is true.
Uh, Thanks, and the conclusion is avoid sugar. But I need to be honest. I have a sweet tooth, and mostly people do have. So, and whenever I see a pastry or anything, I just hog on to it. How do you avoid? One thing is, and second thing is, okay, what's the right proportion to consume it, or is it you consume it and there's a cheat that okay, there's a way to burn this out or remove this poison from your body. Mansi, would you like to answer this?
So about the sugar, again, like if you're very clear, you know what is right, what is wrong, then yeah, fine. You know it is red signal means it's a red. You cannot move with a green signal. Like it's a stop for you. So that is very clear in your mind. You know it's wrong for you, so you can control it. One, and another thing, you portion size. Take your 2 3 friends along with it. Take one pastry rather than a cake and share with it. So it's the best idea to share. Like be like don't be very like possessive about your pastries or a cake. Do share with everyone, and that's how you can benefit with your calorie intake. That is another, that's what I do. Even I have a sweet tooth, but that's how you can share and can prevent your calorie load. That is one way. Another way, there is a lot of dates and natural sugar you can make use of. So right now mango is in season, so you can make use of a mangoes as a natural fructose, so that can give you good sweet crave, that can suppress your sugar craving as well. You can make a parfaits of mangoes, or you can make a mango sundae. So those are still better choices. Milk based desserts are better than the fried ones. Like I would say if a gulab jamun is there and a rasgulla is there, rasgulla would be still slightly better than the gulab jamun, because in gulab jamun it is fried as well as the sweetness together, whereas in rasgulla it's all about only sugar. So it's all the both are bad, but apparently if you have to make a choice, then the milk based dessert would be better. Sorbet is a good choice, so you can make mango sorbet at home. So it lot of sorbets also can be made, which is very easy to do. So you can check on my page. I have recently shared about the sorbet recipe. So these are the few ways you can. You have a like options or alternative for everything. So, but you should be ready. Like how Mahesh also said, like adherence and ready with what your mind is saying and what are your goals. If you're ready to do that, then everything is possible for sure.
So avoid artificial sugar, aim for natural sugar,
Yeah.
and use all those tricks to this. Mahesh, coming to you, how does sugar slows down the bodybuilding process? I just want to pump up your
Sugar
body.
is very important for bodybuilding. See, I am somebody who trains athletes, and probably I need the highest level of dedication and adherence compared to clients who are with me for lifestyle changes. And for example, if you saw Nikitin in the role of Thangabali, he was hugely built, and that does not happen overnight. So, and I come from the background that if I want a pastry, I want a pastry. I cannot eat a mango just because it is sweet. So, but it all comes down to moderation. So, if you, for example, if you are allowed to have 1000 calories a day, probably 15% you can have freedom, 15% of the calories you can consume from the foods you like. At the end of the day, if you have 1000 calories from a slice of pizza, or if you have 1000 calories from mangoes, it is still 1000 calories. It's not gonna deter your progress based solely based on body composition, but it will not be optimum because it's very simple. You don't even have to dig into the science of it. 1000 calories coming from good quality protein, probably eggs, meat, dairy and stuff, and 1000 calories coming from pizza. You know that these calories are bad and these are good, but probably some part of the calorie can come from junk food if you are very fond of it, and if that helps you stick to a diet. Some people like a very structured approach, some people like a little bit of freedom. So whatever helps you stick to your plan, a cookie might help you stick to the rest of your diet. And if that is the case with you, do not be scared of eating sugar. And do not be under this mentality that just because you have eaten more food today, you need to work out more. It does not work that way. The body is not that simple. Like if you eat a vada pav today, you can work out for 15-20 minutes more and you will burn it off. That just does not happen. So always remember, the major part of your plan has to be nutrient dense, but you still can have a little bit of freedom. But this only happens when you work with a coach. You need to have somebody who needs to look at you, who needs to assess the progress, and then determine and change your plans accordingly. So don't demonize any nutrient. Sugar is bad. This is bad. This spoils your relationship with food, which is very bad. You start looking at food as good or bad. Food is not good or bad. If a pizza makes you feel good and makes you feel ecstatic, it cannot be bad for you. But you need to determine the quantity that you are comfortable with. That's where the programming helps.
So I guess a very nice and valid point. Nothing is evil as long as you consume it in proportion. So
Exactly.
the ideal statement is don't cross the line. Just be in the
Perfect.
limits. Second, now the next question is to all three of you, and maybe we can take one by one. Uh, Coming to bodybuilding process or following diet does require a lot of emotional support, mental support, and in a way it's a sort of psychological game. uh, how do your patients, client, whatever, react to the situation, and how do you support them? Do you give them feedback? Mahesh, Dhruvi, Mansi, let's maintain that sequence. Go ahead.
So it always has to be like somebody has to be on your head, somebody who has already done that particular thing, been there and done that, because you probably will not listen to somebody who has never done it, right? It's like shooting an arrow in without any target. So when you have already been in a spot where your calories are super super low and your activity is super high just because you want to get that particular condition, that ripped shredded physique, probably for a photo shoot or some event of yours, that short term intensity has to be there, and that's going to come with a lot of difficulty mentally, because your body will not let you go beyond the point, because it's just too much stress for it to recover from. But then we still need to push it. So that's where a coach comes into picture, because you constantly have to be like, I have to be on my client's head all the time that this is going to happen, it's a part of it, you don't have to wobble, just keep on pushing, keep on pushing, keep on pushing. And when that continuous hammering is being done, then the client does not really go off the plan, because even he knows why he's doing it, and he knows that this is a part of the process. So a whole lot of my role comes into it. Before starting a plan, I give them an idea of how this plan is going to feel, probably starting from now and probably a few weeks later. If it's going to be difficult, I have to be very blunt, sharp that this is going to be difficult for you, but you can do it. So when that you can do it attitude is there, only then this happens. Otherwise, if the same amount of effort is not reciprocated from my client, I probably do not train them. That's a very harsh approach, but that's how it is, because it has to be both ways.
Thanks, Mahesh. Dhruvi, how do your clients, how supportive you have to be to your clients?
Okay, so if I ask you, stop following whatever you're eating and all, and start with the salad diet, the soup diet, would you be able to do that? You will crave almost everything, correct? So that's where my role comes in. So it is not exactly just people assume that diet meaning just they follow salads and eat salads and all of it. So it is not actually that. So you just have to I'm sorry, it's my first webinar. Just okay, I'm so nervous.
No
Um,
problem, Dhruvi. It's
yeah,
okay. Go with the flow.
yeah, okay. So that is basically not possible. So this is where I come in, wherein it's a lifestyle approach. Like the basic pattern, what you follow is to be changed. As I mentioned, you have to change your habit bit by bit, and that is how you're gonna overcome. And most of the people who are actually concerned about their image so much that they tend to eat so less, and all the nutrition that has to be there, it just it's not, they don't get that nutrition. So that is when we counsel people and we ask them to follow a healthy pattern, a healthy lifestyle, rather than just giving them crash diets or just giving them salads to eat and something like that.
Uh, Mansi?
Yeah.
What do you want to
So
say?
I think both of them have summarized in very very nice way. It's similar to something what both of them said, and giving them something hope. Like today they have come to us with some hopes. Like I want to achieve my blood pressure has to work. Like I want my blood pressure to be controlled, or my blood sugar has to be controlled. They have come with certain hope. So when you are through the process, you are giving them hopes and giving the results simultaneously. That help them to go ahead. So it matters a lot to achieve certain thing during the process and believe like you can do it, and nothing is impossible if you try and do it, and we are there with you all through the process, and everything is possible. So like constant hammering being so we can be like how Mahesh said, like we are sometimes rude, sometimes we are like your friend, sometimes we are like your cook also, but telling you what is good for you and that is going to help you is definitely going to help them to achieve their goals. And once they achieve their goals, they are like that's the best motivation for you to go ahead. Like when you start fitting in an older clothes, when you like people start complimenting you, so that is how you're mentally also getting more confident like in your entire approach. So that is what is generally helping our clients to achieve their goals and keep going ahead. So yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody,
Uh,
somebody just
Mahesh,
asked a question regarding what is the right amount of oil, ghee, butter, cheese to
amount of
consume
cheese
in a day.
butter. Yeah. Yeah.
So I would just like to answer it very briefly. It entirely depends on what kind of physique or goal, or probably what is something that you're looking for, because it is a very general question and not answerable very specifically. But if you are considering that you're not following something called as a keto diet, which is very high in fat, probably 20 30% of your calories can come from fat, and that can be any kind of fat, probably ghee, butter, whatever you like.
Okay. Thanks for answering that. And Akshay, I hope it's answered. Coming to next question, uh, this generation is spoiled a bit. Let's say by 30, you see 30 is very young age, and you see people complaining they have high cholesterol, high blood pressure. Even many of my colleagues have this problem. And to be honest, usually we don't have time to work out. It's just catching early morning train, sit in the office, going do workout at least for 30 minutes. And second thing is you need to follow this kind of diet or avoid this food. uh, Mahesh, Dhruvi.
So it's not probably a generation fault. To an extent, it might be right to say that, because you have access to a lot of things today. So probably that raw nature of an individual to be close to nature and do things outdoor is lost, because everything is just available too easily, right on the fingertips. So this always comes down to a choice. Especially in India, people are of the mentality that when everything in their life is settled, like when they have a proper paying job, they have a car, they have a house, they're probably married, and then they have time to think about fitness. So this process starts very late in, specifically in India. So it's very important to have something which is so important in the early stages of your life. So by the time you are 30 or 30 plus, you are in a condition to enjoy and utilize what you have achieved in your years of hard work. So that just comes down to a personal choice, and people either have it as a priority or they don't.
Thanks, Mahesh. Dhruvi.
Can you repeat the question?
I'm like, people by the age of 30, they usually end up with cholesterol, blood pressure, and usually don't have time to work out. How to beat that, or what's the root cause of this problem?
So, firstly, packaged food. It's available widely in the market, and all the marketing that they do, so people tend to buy them more, and that is one reason why people get cholesterol by the age of 30. So second thing is, in India especially, people don't pay attention to their health until unless a doctor says, oh, you have to consult a dietitian. Then they'll come and they'll be like, Dhruvi, we have this, what to do? And doctor said to consult a dietitian what to eat. And even after consulting, they would just say, who eats such kind of diet? Okay, who follows to a diet plan or something like that. So that is really wrong. You should start with your nutrition at a very young age. And if you do that, you are probably pushing forward all the conditions and all the cholesterol diseases, metabolic conditions, everything to say 50 or after 50.
Okay. So start now, like in case of investing, you say start saving early. So same applies for health, I guess. There's this interesting question from Aniket, but I'll take that up later. It's a bit controversial. So let's pause for a minute. Next question is from Mansi. Uh, I'll put a scenario. It's Friday night and corporate peoples do go out for dinner. They drink a lot of beer. And Saturday morning they wake up, they have a bit grown chin, a belly, and this piles on. At the end of maybe 6 months here, you end up with double chin and a lot of larger waist. How to get rid of that?
Part, but is this coming on a regular every Fridays, or it's just a one day scenario?
I don't know what kind of crowd we have.
So I hope all are very sober here. So I don't think. So apparently, if it's coming once a month, then it's okay. But if it's coming all throughout the 6 months, then it's way too much. So again, you need my drink guidelines as well. You cannot overboard there. And if you are doing so, then you can go ahead with some quick fix, like eat bit lesser, or go ahead with khichdi, or like something lighter on a other day rather than overdoing again, because you are bloated, you are uncomfortable, you tend to throw up, and you cannot eat also. But in that case, your digestive system is also been affected in a lot of drinking. I'm sure like it affects your digestion, like you feeling bloated, you feel acidic, you feel, and then that is why your metabolism goes for the toss, or you start putting on your belly, because it's related to your whenever you talk about adding up the calories on the wrong areas, it's because of the digestive system. If your gut is not accepting the nutrients how it needs, then it will start depositing in the wrong areas. So that's how I would suggest you can drink, maybe rather than having like a binge drinking, have it like a thrice a week, but in a controlled portion. But do not do like a pints and pints together and overdo. So that is my suggestion. I know it is not practical, but somewhere down the line you can try it out. And if it's overdone, then try to quick fix it with reference to your dietitian or maybe consultant as well. So that is what is to be done. But next morning also, if you do on like a chips, or you can start your day with a random things, then you're spoiling it more over. And that's how you put up like a belly or double chin, or like a cheeks are on a higher side, or like all the things are like your goals are again disputed. So that ways you have to be controlled. Situation is matters a lot.
So I guess our audience has the answer. I would say decide it's better to go home early, straight from work. Don't wander
No,
around.
no, no. Don't take me wrong in that case. You can enjoy. It's
So
not
yeah,
about no, but it's about how you don't go ahead too much. Like again, as
yeah.
we mentioned in
Never,
the earlier question also, try to limit, like rather than a 4 or 5, like limit it to 2 or 3 pints rather than having a loads of, like you see how much you're having. Instead of doubling up, you can stick to the lower limit.
thanks. Next question is Mahesh. I guess it's specifically for you. Does timing of whey protein consumption matters? Can I consume when in a pre-workout meal with carbs and eggs on a post meal?
You can consume your proteins any time of the day. It does not really matter. That's as simple as that. But if it's a very fast digesting protein, something like a hydrolyzed whey, or hydrolyzed whey, then you probably cannot have it any kind of the day. Then that's ideally reserved to have after your workout. But then the thing that is paramount is not the time when you have your protein. It's actually the quantity. If I have given you 100 grams of protein in a day and I have given that to you spread over 4 meals, then you have to finish those 4 meals and those 100 grams in the day. I don't really care whether you get that from eggs, or you get that from whey protein, or you get that from paneer or whatever. So it does not matter.
So it's just the amount which needs to go. Doesn't matter where
It's
it's
the
coming
quantum.
from and when it's coming.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question is, as we say that Generation Next doesn't have time to work out, to what extent does your home workout helps you in staying fit and building body, maybe?
First of all, there is this thing that there is no time to work out is 100% pure bullshit. I don't believe in it because I have seen the busiest of people have been my clients and they have time to work out. I wake up at 4 in the morning and get my workouts in. So I think the lack of time is just an excuse to not get started. It's just that it's not that important for you and you're not setting it as a priority. Because I have mutual friends of mine who have trained Mukesh Ambani. So if he can squeeze out time for fitness, I think we as ordinary mortals cannot say that we are busy. Because, so keeping that aside, now when it comes to home workouts, if you are an experienced trainer or an experienced lifter like I am, then home workouts will not be of any great help to you, because once your body is used to lifting X amount of weight and then you give something less than X, it does not help you with growth. That is the reason why I have set up an entire gym on my terrace, and I was painting the walls before this video call just to get the whole feel of a gym. So home workouts, as harsh as it may sound, it does not really work if you are experienced. If you are a beginner, yes, it will work for you.
Thanks, Mahesh. Mansi, what's your say on this about home workout? I've seen you posting videos on Instagram. So
I enjoy because apparently it's a need of the hour. Like if you can't go or you can't spend outside, then try to spend at least 15-20 minutes for yourself. That is, I think, is possible to remove. And see again, like what are we talking about? It's about our goals or maybe maintaining our health during the COVID period. Now, when WHO is also saying like nothing is beyond your immunity or your health. So we have to take care of your health and ensure that we spare that 15 minutes and like give a priority to our health as well. Like, and you know, like a balanced diet and a fitness matters a lot. So it's not about looking leaner or just making you doing any workout just to be leaner or look thin. It's about how your body is circulating oxygen also to other cells of the body. So it helps in a lot of way. Like there are immense benefits over the workout. So making sure that like a short workouts, high intensity interval training also makes a lot of difference. If you don't have 30 minutes or 40 minutes, it's about like just sparing few minutes, and trust me, it's wonderful experience. And once to get a kick of it, then you will definitely enjoy it. So it's about how we said in the beginning also, it's like how you should enjoy any process, but you have to continue to enjoy it. Yeah, you once or twice a week if you do it, then you don't get a hang of it. So initially do it as a discipline. That discipline converts to a habit and you will never leave that. So please go ahead with it. It's a wonderful thing, whether you are doing home or simple as a skipping or jogging or spot jogging. Simplest will thing will also do. Or while during the office days also you walk towards your station or walk towards your office. Those simple things, being passive is still okay, but that is not maybe helping you to achieve your goals. So again, so making a advice from your trainer or maybe someone from that perspective will help you to achieve your goals. Today you will say like I'm perfectly alright, but my waist is troubling me, or my thighs are very like it's not accurate as per my body. So that way you are again you're again you are making new goals every, but simultaneously if you're going ahead, then you are achieving your goals together. So you every year you don't have to make a different goals for yourself.
right. So don't hesitate for home workout, at least in this
100%.
situation. That's
100%.
the only option we have actually. Next question is Dhruvi, would you like to take up? It's from the audience which asks, is there specific timing for eating certain kind of food? Example, salad is supposed to be eaten in the morning or at night, something like that. Are there specific timings?
Okay, so there is no specific timing for a particular food to be eaten in the morning or at night or something like that. The metabolism in the morning is definitely high, and by the end of the day, it's a little lower. But that does not mean that eating salads during dinner would help. So it's basically a breakfast, lunch, dinner, and mid meals. So there's no sort of food that should not be eaten in the night or in the day or something like that. So people just say कि carbs रात को नहीं खाने चाहिए, you gain weight, you should not eat potatoes and rice and all of it. it's because the metabolism is low. But if your portion is correct, then it wouldn't matter that much, even if you were eating at night or morning or something like that.
So what Dhruvi is trying to say is don't focus on the timings, focus on the portion. Uh, that's more important. So we are 1 hour to in the seminar and session, and I've had a great time. Probably for me, it's like 1 hour just flew. I hope you three enjoyed. So any closing statement, maybe one of the biggest myth buster you guys have had, one each. Mahesh, you want to start?
Uh, it's not actually a myth buster kind of a thing, but it's just that stop finding excuses to not start taking care of your health. Because if you before starting, if you find things that are going to be an obstacle to your progress, it's just that you are reiterating the fact in your mind that you just cannot start. Your mind does not focus on or does not differentiate between good or bad. It's like if before going somewhere I think of all the wrong possible scenarios that's going to happen on the way that I go there, then you might have seen that 100% of the time those things manifest in reality. So just keep your foot on the pedal and start, because it's pretty common sense. You just have one body, and this is the most sophisticated machine ever made and cannot be duplicated. So why are you in a position to not, or why are you even putting yourself in a position to not take care of it? It's the body's tolerance is very high. It's going to tolerate every shit that you throw at it. If you start drinking or smoking, it is not going to have any severe consequences right from the beginning. But 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, when these things become cumulative, all your issues are just stand in front of your face, and there is hardly anything you can do about it. So don't wait for the right time. The time will never be right. Just get up in the morning tomorrow and start moving. This is the best advice I can give it to you, and see what you put on your plate. It's very important.
Thanks, Mahesh. Dhruvi, advice, myth, whatever.
Yes, I'd like to bust two myths, which is like the most common amongst the youngsters: the sleep timings. It's very erratic. People go like youngsters go to sleep at late at night and wake up late in the morning and all of it. So sleep is a very crucial for for your body to repair, because it removes all the unhealthy viruses and bacteria and keep your hormones in check. So a 6 to 8 hours of sleep is important. So if you're sleeping late at night and waking up late and then sleeping again in the afternoon and going back to bed late again, so you are not following the circadian cycle, that is from the sunrise to the sunset, and you are deliberately sabotaging your immunity and mental as well as your physical health. So that is one thing. And the second is water. A lot of people tend to drink less water, or they drink excessive of water, and both the cases are wrong. So what is most important for our body, and we all know that 70% of our body is made up of water. So a minimum of 2.5 to 3 liters of water per day is necessary. And a lot of time this happens that we seize our thirst, because most people don't realize that they are not hungry but thirsty. So the best idea can be, before you just start snacking or something, drink a glass of water. You'll come to know whether you were hungry or you were thirsty. So that's it. And I would like to thank Udan for giving me this platform. And just one closing statement would be, my motto is, to eat is a necessity, but to eat intelligently is an art. So consult a dietitian, get a check up all your do a blood test and everything, and just correct all your conditions.
Thanks, Dhruvi. Mansi.
So we all are talking, like we are summarizing. There are mind, soul, and physical. So she talk about Mahesh talk about the discipline. I'm talking about the mind constantly. You only live once, so please ensure that you're mentally also very clear about what you want or what exactly you want to do with your health, as well as like you only want to live on the medicines, or how you are improving your health. So because you must be taking care of your family also, your parents also, but apparently we all should ensure that we are trying to ensure like how habitual, or we are creating a discipline. So that way mentally, if you're very sure what you want, then you can achieve whatever, like a sky is a limit then. So it is not too difficult, motivation is always there, and it's just about how you uh, make it happen. So, and we are always there to help you, so we experts are there, we are experienced also. So then don't worry about it, it's very easy, it's just like you have to just start somewhere down the line.
So it's like as you aim for your physical fitness, it's more important to focus on your mental fitness at the same time as well.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that
So
keeps you going, keep going.
yeah. So thank you guys. Before I end this session, give me a minute. I'll just once again present everybody's Instagram ID, uh, so that you can follow them, uh, consult them. They have been very insightful for this last 1 hour, and in person, I'm sure it'll be a game changer for all of us. So follow them, consult them, talk to them, and with this, even Udan, do follow us, keep following us. Udan is planning to come up with many more sessions. They have planned up consecutive sessions going in coming week, based on women at the top. They are curating a very insightful session. A woman with a startup, a woman who is a great photographer, a doodler, and even a celebrity makeup artist. So all of them are coming on Udan. So stay tuned. And thank you so much, guys, for joining in. Goodbye. Have a good day.
Thank you, Sarika.
Thank
Bye.
you.